Hey, what's going on, you guys? In today's video, I'm going to be addressing the biggest headache here in my front yard lawn. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to be working here on this side of my front yard lawn today. In specific, I'll go ahead and show you guys right now. I'm going to work on taking out these tree roots. As you can see, I have a tree root here popping through. That's obviously kind of spreading the grass here. It's kind of pushing the grass out. So we're going to get this taken out today, as well as also taking out another tree root over here as well. That's kind of a little bit going more diagonal. So we're going to be addressing these today. Now, what I will say is I did make a video on me doing this last year, so I'm not going to go through the whole in-depth process. I'm going to mainly show you guys more than anything. So not much else to say, but let's just go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm going to start on this root here, kind of the one that's more straight. So basically how this is going to work is I'm going to just take this knife that I have here. I'm going to cut on both sides of the root here, kind of like this, and then I'm gonna cut it all the way to the end here where like the line for the sod stops. I'm gonna take it, slide it out, and then that should give me hopefully enough room to where I could take the axe, hack this root, and then go ahead and pull it out. Relatively straightforward process, might just take a little bit of time. The thing is about this, and when I did it last year, I kind of ran into that issue. The thing is I don't know how big these roots actually are, so you guys will find out along with me kind of what we're in store for.
Breathing feels like I'm lucid dreaming. I'm not usually the type to rush into the night. This time I can't be speeding. I'm taking it slow, but I just want more. I'm taking it slow, just go with the flow. I'm taking
Just like the street lights lit this town.
fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain tonight. We gonna let it rain tonight. We gonna let it just like the sunrise. We gonna let it rain.
Shrapnel. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn. Alright, you guys, I'm at a good stopping point right now, so I figured I'd go ahead and fill you guys in on what this is looking like. So as you can see, obviously that root is out. I showed you guys what it looked like. Pretty decent size, not as big as the one that I took out last year, but still obviously big enough to where it hinders the grass from really rooting down into the soil and making it look nice. So we got that out. I actually took out a couple other small roots that were below that. So as I stated, kind of sometimes when I'm doing this, I don't know obviously, you know, to the extent of how many roots there are, or if it's one big one, or, you know, there's a few other smaller ones, or whatever the case is. So, but all in all, I'm really happy with where this is at. Honestly, I could sit here all month and make this really very nice, but at the end of the day, you can only go so far with certain stuff like this. So, but here's the soil, obviously, that I took out right here. I'm not going to be putting the soil back in because I don't want to throw this clay soil back in here, because I obviously deal with this enough as it is. So not going to be putting that back in. Here's also the roots that I took out right over here. And then, oddly enough, right before I went to start this process, the topsoil that I ordered off Amazon just showed up before I started all this, so perfect timing on that end. I'm gonna be throwing some of that soil in here to fill this hole, and then obviously I'll go ahead and take the pieces of sod and put them back in here and get this finished up. So let's go ahead and continue on with the process. Okay, you guys, figured I'll go ahead and show you guys the topsoil before I go ahead and finish up the process here. This is the topsoil that I ended up getting off of Amazon. I was looking on Amazon just to see, you know, what they had, and this actually rated out pretty good as far as the reviews go and all that. So I figured, what the heck, I'll go ahead and give it a shot. A lot of the reviews were saying that it doesn't have a lot of debris, you know, sticks and rocks in it and stuff. So I was like, well, that's a good sign. So I'll go ahead and give it a shot. So my first time ever using this topsoil in specific, but we'll go ahead and see, obviously, once I open up this bag, if it has any sticks and debris in it or anything like that. So it kind of has a blend of a little bit of everything. I think a little bit of compost, a little bit of peat, a little bit of sand. Has a little bit of everything mixed in this bag. So it's going to be good to go ahead and use specifically for the application in my case. Oh yeah, you guys, honestly, this stuff looks pretty good so far. I do see a little bit of debris, like some sticks and stuff, but honestly, this looks really good. That's why I'm dumping it in the bucket, honestly, to start out, just so I can see what it looks like before I just go dumping it in the hole and then having to worry about taking it out later. Wow, you guys. Honestly, looks very, very good. I know I have a black glove on, so it's kind of hard to tell, but very rich looking stuff. This is gonna work very nicely for this. See, there are a couple sticks, but honestly, all in all, it's not that bad at all. This is pretty good stuff. Guys, one quick tip I'll give you guys, if you guys are wanting to do this in your lawns, you know, or if you have an issue kind of similar to mine that you want to work on, what we'll say is when you're filling the hole back up, the most important thing is as you're filling it, you want to occasionally come in and tamp it a little bit, you know, pack it in there. That way, obviously, when you put the, you know, your sod pieces back in, it's got a good, you know, base foundation to where it's not going to get washed out, or it's not going to want to, you know, cave in on itself. So this is very important, and this is a key step to make sure your, you know, final result comes out looking the way you want it. So, key tip there. And I just added a little bit, as you saw, so I'm going to go ahead and tamp it a bit, and then I'll just add more, tamp it, add more, tamp it, and repeat that process till I get the result I want.
I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Only just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna let it away. Tonight, we're gonna let it away. Tonight, we're gonna let it just like the sunrise. We're gonna let it away.
Figured I'd go ahead and fill you guys in on how I'm approaching this right now. I'm at a good stopping point, actually. So as you can see right here, this section right here looks pretty good. From here back looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. This section right here, obviously where the root was and how this is all kind of separated, I need to work on this a little bit, probably add a little more topsoil underneath so I can stand it up. That way it kind of matches this going across. But honestly, pretty happy with where it's at. And then I'll also go ahead and put topsoil here on the edges, kind of where I cut the sod. I'll go ahead, throw topsoil in there. That way it kind of locks this in place. And then another tip I could go ahead and give you guys real quick is kind of something I learned actually when I was working on baseball fields, is when we would patch pieces like this, or, you know, if you needed to, you know, patch certain areas with new sod, or if you know, you were doing something like this to relieve compaction or whatever the case was, what we would do is when you're putting it back in, right, you've put your soil in to fill the hole and you're putting your sod back in here, your grass pieces, what we would do is we would probably put the sod line, so line the sod, as you can see where I cut it, we would probably put it above our existing sod line, probably about like 1/8 of an inch, or sometimes even 1/4 of an inch in some cases. That's because you got to keep in mind that I'm also going to water this afterwards, and I'm also probably going to tamp it. So this is actually going to settle a little bit, and it will probably almost match this pretty spot on for the most part. And then obviously you could roll it as well, tamp it, whatever you want to do on that end. And then the other thing is, once you start mowing, this is going to obviously start to, you know, flatten itself out as well. So kind of a quick tip there, when you're doing patches like this, always good to kind of go ahead and put it a little bit above your existing sod line and let it kind of settle in, and I promise you, you'll be pretty happy with it. So go ahead, I'll keep working on this, and then I won't show you guys probably the rest of it. It's really tedious, so I'll just go ahead and show you guys the final product once we're done. All right, you guys, real quick, I'll go ahead and show you guys this before I really start finishing this up here. This is what I'm talking about. So here's my existing grass line right here, or sod line here, and then here's where my patch piece is going. So as you can see, it's sitting just above my existing sod line here. So this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. Like I said, once I go ahead and start putting water on it, and then I go ahead and tamp it, this is going to settle a little bit to where it's going to match up pretty dang close, or almost perfect, to where I want it, to where it's going to be level all the way across. So figure I go ahead and show you guys this so you guys get a good idea of it. This looks a little more uglier just because of how the grass is, but still the same exact approach as well. I still need to fill it with topsoil right here along the edges, but all in all, this is exactly what you want to do here. So this is looking really good. Let's go ahead and finish it up. It's officially finished here with this section. It looks kind of rough, I know that, but just gotta trust the process, and once it starts mending itself back together and starts patching itself, it's gonna look pretty dang good. I think it's gonna come out great. So especially once the temperatures start to warm up as well, that's just gonna encourage it more to, you know, start filling in. Go ahead and show you guys what it looks like a little bit farther back here. So as you can see, it is a little bit above the existing grass level here, which is exactly what I wanted, because right now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna soak this whole section in water, and then I'm gonna take my level rake and go ahead and tamp it down all around, and it should settle that much more, or a little bit more, and then it should be relatively level across, and it should match pretty dang close. So yeah, honestly, like I said, super happy with how it came out. I'm stoked to obviously get that tree root out of there. So just gonna encourage the grass to look that much better in this spot. So go ahead and do that right now, and then I'll talk to you guys afterwards.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to live this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it just like the sunrise. We gonna let it away.
Alrighty, you guys, well, that's pretty much it for today's video. As you guys saw, we went ahead and took out one of the tree roots there in the front yard lawn over there on the right hand side. So super happy and stoked I got that done. It is a little bit of a tedious process, but hey, when you want your lawn to look good, gotta do what you gotta do. So didn't get to doing the other tree root today. Actually, the mics ended up dying on me kind of just as I was finishing up doing that first one. So I was like, well, you know what, that's fine. We'll go ahead and save that one for another day. So it's kind of where we're at. Things are starting to shape up nicely out there in the front yard lawn. So I'm super happy about that as well. And then obviously me doing that, you know, removing these tree roots are gonna make it that much better. So hey, you guys, if you guys did enjoy watching this video, please go ahead, smash that thumbs up button for me. As I always continue to say, it really helps me out. It lets me know where you guys are enjoying on the channel. After doing that, smash that subscribe button down below and hit the bell notifications. That way you can get notified for when I upload new videos. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and throw up a screenshot here. It shows that well over 99% of you guys who are viewing my viewing my channel or watching my content are not subscribed. That's pretty insane to me. You guys, it's free, it doesn't cost a thing. Go ahead, smash that subscribe button, join the channel, keep up with the lawn care content, and I also got my social medias in the description below. With all that being said, it's your boy C-Pams. Peace out, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.